Gorgeous. Hey, Charlotte. My name is James Massella for Movie Death Flows. Thanks for taking the time to sit down with me today.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Charlotte, I got to tell you, you have the courtesy of being the first person I've ever interviewed twice. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I love that. I think that's right. That's good. What
I
what was it?
talked
Compulsion or Duchess?
Duchess. This is when I talked to you the first time.
Nice.
And you could not be playing a different character here in Exit Protocol as Danique. Was that? What do you like? Do you like playing like the damsel in distress, or you like playing the action hero?
Action hero. I mean, but I have to say, after Duchess, I was like, okay, yeah, I've got this. I've played Duchess. I can play with Dolph and Michael J. White. And then obviously, as soon as I get there, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty terrifying. They are both, I mean, legends, right? So, but no, I enjoy playing different characters. I enjoy that. Like, ultimately, it's always great to play the badass, lots of great action scenes, and I love doing all the stunt stuff, but I like playing different roles as well. So when I read the script, a big part of the reason why I wanted to do this was obviously the actors involved, but I liked it. I really liked the role. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but obviously, with what happens in the story and my character, it's kind of like, oh, okay, so that moment where she stops Scott's character from killing us, it's quite a moment there. And kind of bring out the soft side of Manigold.
Was that the first time you'd ever worked with Dolph before? And like, if it is, what's that experience seeing him for the first time? Because he's just like this mountain of a man. So it's like,
Yeah, it was my first time, and actually, we weren't really formally introduced. It was one of those we were both arrived on set. It was one of those we've got like 10 minutes to shoot the scene. Okay, let's go. I was like, oh hi, yeah, I'm Dolph, but yeah, I'm Dolph, I'm Charlotte, hi, and it was really nerve. We didn't have time to rehearse or anything, so but it really worked for the scene. I mean, especially for my character because she's like a nervous wreck anyway. But throughout, like each day, when I got to know him, and he's actually really generous as an actor. Like he's really cool and sweet, and he knows he's got this presence about him, and he's the main kind of actor in the role in the film, and so was Michael. But they just make you feel really comfortable, which is the main thing, right? um
100%. Yeah.
we had like 2 weeks to shoot this, so it was very quick, very very quick, so we all had to be on it.
The funny thing about Dolph is, so I live in Philadelphia, and like he's like famous here because he fought Rocky and Rocky 4. So like everyone's like, it's Ivan Drago. No matter what he does, he'll always be Ivan Drago in this city for forever at that point. I don't think he minds either. I think he likes it a lot.
Yeah, he owns all of his roles. I like it.
When I was talking to Michael before, and I was like, it kind of reminded me of like John Wick in a way, Exit Protocol, because you've got all these assassins doing different things and kind of like this secret society. Would you compare it to any other films that you got a vibe from, like John Wick or Wanted or something like that?
Yeah, you know what? I think John Wick is a great example. I like it because, a lot of these films you see, okay, you've got, the main protagonist assassin who's the good guy, and you see you're on his journey, and but there's so many twists and turns. So you think, okay, so it follows obviously Scott Martin's character, and then it goes to this notorious Manigold, and then Michael J. White comes along with his crew, and then how we team up. I like it was the story isn't so predictable as all these other kind of assassin action movies. So that's what I really liked about it. And the Achilles heel, right? The Achilles heel of these assassins is their mark. They fell in love. Manigold fell in love.
And who could have a cooler name than Danique Keller? I've never heard a name like that before. So I was like, Danique is an awesome name. I'm like thinking about it now.
When you read it, you think, oh yeah, she's going to be a badass, but oh, it.
That's what I thought because when I talked to you for Duchess, like, there's no way Charlotte's going to play this role where she doesn't get to do cool stuff all the time. But I was like, oh, all right, this is different.
Yeah, I don't even think I hold a gun in it. I don't even. It's yeah. I don't even throw a punch.
You're like, all right, so not going to do that again. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I talked to Michael the other day, and I think what people don't realize about him is how funny he is in general, like at all times. Like Black Dynamite's one of my favorite movies of all time, and he's so good in it. But like, what's that experience getting to like work with him for a little bit? Because I know he wasn't on set for that long.
No, he's got this great energy. I met him like we were in and out. He was very much. I mean, I think I had one day with him, but as you said, he comes in the room, and he's just got this amazing, vivacious, fun, larger than life energy about him, and he's got all these great stories. And obviously, him and Dolph know each other before, so it's like, oh hey, it's like this. He just brought. There's some actors that just come on set and just bring this incredible attitude, and it just lifts everyone up. And Michael is one of those guys. He's super 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 cool. And then obviously in the story we're kind of enemies, but um, behind the scenes we had a lot of laughs.
Where did you guys end up shooting this at? Because Michael couldn't remember it, and I asked him, and I was just curious where it was most of the time.
So we shot it in Ruidoso, New Mexico.
Oh, all
uh,
right.
Very rural. So good few hours from Albuquerque, but it was really really beautiful. You got like there's deers everywhere, log cabins, and it just had that perfect setting for this. In fact, I went back and shot another film that I did this year in Las Cruces in New Mexico. So it's just so beautiful. It's got everything there, everything.
When you're in New Mexico, do people talk about Breaking Bad a lot? Because that's where they shot that show, and I feel like everyone's like, "Hey, that's where they shot this scene or this episode or something over here." Did you ever hear anything like that or no?
No, because we were very kind. I won't say isolated, but well, we kind of were. I mean, as you can tell from our locations, it was okay. It was a few cabins, and because we're on the run, right? So we didn't really get to explore much. But I don't think any of the crew worked on Breaking Bad. Um, oh, it's one of my favorite TV shows, though. So good, so so good.
Charlotte, every time I see your IMDb page, I'm like, you might be the busiest person in the business because you always have like 10 or 12 projects going on at the same time. How do you keep all of this stuff straight?
Oof. It's it's difficult when you're also producing as well, right? Because so the one that I just did and finished in New Mexico, it was a film that well, it was a book that I adapted, wrote, produced. That was tough. That was really tough. But when you're acting and it's if you're in and out, like I did another film in New Mexico this year called The Night Driver with Josh Lucas, and I had a few days of filming, and that was great. That was in and out. It's like, oh, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just here to act. How great is this? So, so that's always easier. But when you're producing it, it does become a lot. It does. So you have to time manage really well.
I feel like New Mexico is probably like your second home right now at this point. You're there so often.
No, I know. Literally was there like all summer. I finished my film there, went back to LA for 2 weeks, and then went back to New Mexico again, literally to shoot this other film. So yeah, a lot of people are shooting there. It's a great place. It really is. It's kind of got everything. It's got the mountains. It's got the beautiful, epic landscapes, the roads. It's got really beautiful settings.
They should hire you to be like a travel agency for the state at this point. You know every place, I think, at this point.
So it's like I'm advocating for the film commission.
But what can we see you in next? What's the next Charlotte Kirk release we'll be able to see? Do you even
So
know?
well, of my own films, I've got someone just asked me, would I ever do a comedy? And I said, funny you say that. I just finished so it's called Christmas and Chaos. It's with myself and Jason Isaacs, and the whole film is improv. No
I
script. So it is it does what it says on the tin. It's literally chaos. So um that will be coming out next year. And Don't Forget Me Tomorrow, the love story, also will be coming out next year. So super excited about those two projects, and then other projects as well that I acted in, The Night Driver, Catnip. So there's a few coming out next year that I'm really excited about.
I'm interested in Christmas and Chaos now just because Jason owes me a story. He promised me like a year ago he would tell me behind the scenes stories from Event Horizon. So I'm like, all right, got to get Jason again for like 5 minutes so I can talk to him about it.
It was so cool. I was like, this is gonna be an experience, like improv, a whole script. Like, yeah, it was pretty mental.
And I
So
feel like if you're going to do that with somebody, Jason Isaac is the perfect person to have across from you because he's so good at everything that he does.
brilliant, brilliant. It was like, every scene we did, it was like, okay, action. And he was just, well, I don't even think we really spoke much out of it was just all improv in character. It was great. So yeah, I'm excited about that one.
No, that's awesome. That's all I've got for you today, Charlotte. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me to talk
Yeah.
about exit protocol and all that stuff.
Yes, thank you.